image for a chance to become a serious actress and an Oscar winner. Now, this is one of the most famous pictures ever taken of Marilyn Monroe. Who would have thought that behind her sex symbol image there was so much inner pain? And maybe you remember this lady. She was a real sweetheart. She's kind of close to me here. Yes, that was special. And now here is a very, very exciting image. This lady is a charter member of the jet set. She's made headlines all over the world. And I'm very anxious to explore that exciting image. Would you please welcome Bianca Jagger? So much has been written about you, and from the people that don't know you, from the things that we read, we get an image of a very exotic, a very mysterious, and a glamorous woman. Now, how much of that is really you?
Well, that's a very difficult introduction, isn't it? How much is...
In other words, do you think that you are what we see you, your images to us?
No, I'm not at all.
What are you really like?
That's very difficult to answer, but I think I have absolutely nothing to do with that image, except probably that I love life.
Yeah.
And I love to have, maybe I'd love to have fun in a wholeheartedly way. And so that's what made me maybe look that way.
But there's some things, I mean, we read about the time that you rode on a horse into Studio 54 and you went down the aisle of the theater in London blowing the whistle on the top of your cane, and you managed to arrange to have controversial filmmaker Andy Warhol get into the White House and things like that. I mean, are these things that you just do because they sound like great fun to you?
Well, I never...
Or did you do them? Maybe I should say that. Did you ever do them?
I never walk down an aisle and blow my whistle.
That is an untruth. Okay. This is your chance to set it straight. But did you ride the horse?
Yes, I did. But, I mean, it had nothing to do. It was a surprise. Someone gave a party for me.
Yeah.
And suddenly this horse came on the middle of Studio 54, and I thought, well, why not? They said, do you want to ride it? And I brought the horse, and that made a big headline. But, I mean, I just love horses.
When you say it sounds so sensible, Bianca. When we read it, it sounds a little strange. But I mean...
Well, it is strange to ride a horse in the middle of Studio 54. But, I mean, if you forget about the you're at Studio 54 and you like horses and you just get on the horse and ride it, I mean...
But now, you tell me you have never really done anything deliberately.
But I'm not that person.
You're not that
person. If you look at me, I'm not anything... I have nothing to do with that person.
No, I'm looking at a very chic woman right now. It doesn't look like the way we do.
No, but I mean, it has nothing to do with being chic or not. I mean, I'm a very sensible person, really. And, I mean, I'm very normal in some ways. Maybe in some ways I'm not considered to be normal. But, I mean, I think that images are made up by the newspaper. They're made up by... It's a commercial thing that sells. What sells today or what sells in 1978 or what sells in 1968 or in 1930 is a completely different thing. It is people that are chosen by the press, and those people are marketed, and they're made into something, and then they sell it. You know, but
hey, I know. I mean, we've been through it too.
Right,
I know exactly what you're talking
about. But it has nothing to do with the real person. You don't read about people that are married and are very happy and have children and live a very simple and a very private life.
No,
people,
that's right.
The press is not interested in that. Mm-mm. They're interested in people who lead a very strange life and who do all sort of very dissipated things in their lives and go out and have strange parties and all that sort of thing. And that's what they project, that's what they sell, and that's what they think people want to read about.
So
and maybe that's true.
Have you ever made an effort to turn this image around a little bit? Have you used the press in any way to do that?
I tell you what, I maybe been very silly because I never really had a PR that did that for me.
That's amazing.
Never,
we pay thousands of dollars.
I never had a PR. Maybe that's what my mistake lays, you know, because I should have hired someone and sort of said I was very prim and proper and I stay home and I took care of my daughter and did all those things that probably I do. But I never did that. Instead, I just thought, oh, to hell with everything, you know, I just live my life, and why should I pay anyone? I just want to be wherever I am.
It's incredible how images can affect your life. I know a few years ago, Daryl and I decided that we needed to polish up our image a little bit, and I went to a man who is known as an image maker, who will be our guest in the next segment, Bob Mackey, so be back with us.